Welcome to the Books Between Friends podcast.
3 lifelong friends,
one shared obsession.
Books.
From epic fantasy to page-turning thrillers.
We dive into the stories we love
And the ones we just can't stop talking about.
So take a seat,
Grab a drink,
and get cozy.
All right. Hey, book friends, welcome back. Question for you. What is currently bookmarked in your brain? So here's what's taking space in my brain right now. I love the oh my God. I love the Great British Bake Off. Okay.
Never seen it.
It is just a cozy show on Netflix. Love it. What has been in the news as far as that show goes lately is one of the judges is leaving. And she's been on there for 9 years. And she's just the sweet, lovely grandma lady.
Oh,
And that likes her desserts boozy. And so
Nice.
she's going away, and I'm sad about that because she was awesome. But what I love is the announcement for her replacement. And it is someone that Nick and I both follow. He introduced me to her, and I'm so excited that she's coming along to the Great British Bake Off family. It is Nigella Lawson. And a lot of people over here don't know who she is.
Yeah,
but if you've ever seen that meme of this woman in a kitchen and she's like, and now I'm going to put this in the microwave, and she just pronounces microwave really weird. Anyway,
Okay.
a lot of kids know this meme. Okay, but she is
Yes, we're not
just
cool
so
enough.
amazing, and she is great. I love her, and so she's joining the cast, and so that's been taking up unnecessary space in my brain lately, and it is
That's
currently
awesome.
bookmarked, and I'm so excited.
Yay.
it's awesome. I don't think I've ever seen that show, but it's been recommended to me by so many people. And it's not that I don't like the recommendation. It's just not the type of show I watch. So I'm like,
hmm
I don't know.
I've seen a
If
few
you-
episodes here
Should I?
and there, but I've never consistently watched a whole season or anything like that.
If you ever need just brain fluff that is just a nice space, because it's a reality TV show, it's a competition show, but even though it's a competition show, all of these contestants are
Yeah.
perfectly lovely towards each other. Like, they are just so all nice. It's so uplifting and so encouraging, and it's a very inclusive show. All the contestants are usually, not all, a lot of contestants are part of the LGBT community,
Okay.
and so it's just so inclusive, so welcoming, and so uplifting. It's a good show.
It's not a toxic
Fun.
drama reality TV show.
No, not like Love Island,
Yeah. There's a time and place for those, but this is different.
There is a time and place.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Maybe I'll check it out. We'll see.
Yep.
Well, that kind of leads me to think about what's been on my mind lately, which is a similar show that I recently discovered. And I guess I haven't mentioned it in a while on the podcast that I like to crochet. It's another one of my hobbies. And so my YouTube algorithm every now and then feeds me things about yarn art, of course.
Mhm.
And that's how I discovered this show called, well, now I have to look it up again. I had it in my head, but I completely just lost it. The Game of Wool.
The
So-
Game of Wool.
Yes.
That's
It's a similar show to the Great British Bake Off,
oh, okay.
but instead of making cakes or pastries, they're making something out of yarn. And so
Cool.
they have
fun.
challenges every episode, and it's also a wholesome time.
Do they just furiously knit their needles and stuff?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Not knitting, it's crochet. But
Well, they do both. So
oh, okay.
they'll have a crochet specific challenge and then a knit specific challenge, or people can choose to use either one.
And you
Oh, that's
guys,
fun.
I have seen Stephanie's work. She is really good. So
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised we don't talk about this more often.
I mean, don't get your hopes up. It's literally just a hobby for me. I don't do it professionally or anything.
It's good. I've seen the stuff you make for Ollie. It's really cute.
It is cute.
Okay, so I texted Stephanie earlier this morning about this. I have not been watching as much TV lately just because I've been busy, but I've also been reading a lot more this month. And one thing that has been living kind of rent free in my head is this one character that I'm obsessed with, besides Zayden, right? And Dorian, is Kai from the Powerless series.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember what you were talking about, but now I remember you texted me about this.
I love, love, love his yearning in this book, and I've only read the series one time over. So, like, I borrowed the series from Libby because, again, I've been traveling a lot. I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks, and the only reason I don't even like, I love the story. Don't get me wrong. There are some pieces that were a little bit like took a little bit longer to get to the point, but I borrowed it just to hear this man yearn for this woman.
Honestly, I agree.
Right? Oh my
It's pretty
Okay.
good. Yeah.
I
I
love
remember
Kai
I
so
remember when I
much.
put you onto the trilogy, like one of the specific things I texted you is like the tension is tensioning in this series. It's so good.
He is like the king of
Yeah,
yearning.
baby.
Yeah.
And honestly, the person who
Yeah.
does his voice, I'm just like, I want to hear more of this.
Okay, well, I've read them the first time around, so maybe I'll have to check out the audiobooks.
Yes, and I've been wanting to re-listen to the series,
Hmm.
but this is before I discovered Libby, and so I was like trying to use one credit at a time. But now that I'm
Oh
using
my
Libby, I'm
gosh,
like,
yeah,
oh my
no.
gosh, I can get all the books, and Paralysis just
Yeah.
happened to be one of those that was available, and so I was listening to it today while I was working remotely, and I just love him, and I love the way he says "darling." I'm just like, yes. So that is what's living rent free in my head right now, you guys.
Love
That's
it.
amazing. That's amazing. We have wholesome over here and then yearning over here.
I love a good book boyfriend, y'all. Like,
We
love
know.
it.
Oh, yes, 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 we know. We're just going to add them to the list. Zayden,
Yeah.
Dorian,
One
Kai.
more. Yes. Top three, honestly. Probably, actually.
Okay, strong words, strong words.
I know. I was like, wait, do I mean that?
All right, before we go off on another tangent,
Yes. Okay. Sorry.
Yes, for real. All right. Are we good? Are we
Yes.
good?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
her
book
cheeks are
friends.
red.
Today we're continuing our Throne of Glass mini series here. And fair warning, this episode gets violent. Ooh.
Ooh.
This is one of those rare moments again where all three of us have read an entire series. It just so happens that this case is Throne of Glass. So we're fully leaning in and creating some unhinged, deep cut content just for you and just for this world that we've all read together. So just a reminder, we kicked things off this series with our hottest takes episode. Opinions were shared, jaws were certainly dropped, and debate immediately broke out. Then we followed it up with our what ifs episode, which was super fun,
Yeah.
where we spiraled into alternate timelines, questioned just about every major decision in the series, pretty much. And now we're settling things the only logical way, of course, with the fight bracket, who wouldn't? We're pitting Throne of Glass characters against each other to decide who would actually win in a battle. Alliances are going to be tested here. Bold claims are going to be made. Chaos will ensue. It's just a given. If you haven't watched the hottest takes or what ifs episodes yet, we highly recommend you start there. And if you're ready to argue along with us, go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump into what we're doing today. So I'm going to pass it on over to Steph.
Yay! I'm so excited for this one. I'm
Me
excited
too.
for y'all to see my little bracket that I made. Okay. But anyway, before we jump into that, we're going to set some ground rules because, obviously things can get heated. So we want to make sure we lay out the rules. So we've created a randomized fight bracket featuring characters from Throne of Glass. These matchups will be assigned completely at random. So we're going to let the website that I found just randomize them. No seeding, no favoritism, absolutely no mercy. And a very important rule before anyone panics and notices, we did make the executive decision to exclude Aelin and Rowan from this bracket just because we wanted to make sure that the playing ground was fair. So they are
Yes.
not part of our bracket today because we all know it would come down to one or both of them. So obviously we love them and they're some of our favorite characters in the series, but just trying to keep it fair here. Okay, so from there we'll go round by round. We've chosen 16 characters from the series and decide who would actually win in a fight. And again, this is purely going to be about who would beat someone in a fight, not who our favorite is, who we love more. This is based on their combat ability, their magical powers, and control over those powers. So, just keep those in mind as we make our decisions. And honestly, this is a reminder for us as well.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
That's a very great reminder because that would make Dorian win them all.
Right. Yeah. So remember these rules.
Okay.
Anyway, so we'll debate amongst each other who would win in each round and make the decision from there until it comes down to the final two. Like I said, we'll start off with 16 that we've chosen and dwindle it down to the last two and decide who the ultimate champion of the Throne of Glass series would be, hypothetically. Yeah.
So the first matchup in round 1 is the Blackbeak Matron versus Lysandra. So who do we think is going to win this one? What do we think, Elle? This is a good one. They're both pretty strong people.
I know.
This is a good one.
So thinking about their abilities, Lysandra can shapeshift. And we know her favorite shape is the snow leopard,
Yes.
which can pretty much beat almost anyone, right? So I'm kind of thinking Lysandra.
Don't forget, though, that, this is Manon's grandmother, and she almost killed Manon.
Yeah,
That's how strong she is, and that's how
she
good
did
of a
win that
fighter
fight.
she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm thinking, okay, so let's put aside the fact that Lysandra is like my favorite. I
Yeah.
love Lysandra. I was just, yeah, because I'm thinking because she can shapeshift into anything that she would like. I think that gives her a pretty good advantage that Manon did not, right? Because the matron is expecting to fight in a very certain way. She's expecting to go against another human, and the moves that she pulls out with her claws and her teeth are very human-esque, where she's battling someone of her stature. So, unless she just does that power move that witches have where they can off themselves and put a blast out, which wouldn't do her any good in this point, I'm also in favor of Lysandra for this one, because she can be a ghost leopard, and then she can go into like a tiny little beetle if she wanted to like get around her, and then boom, she's a ghost leopard again, swipe.
Right.
She's pretty powerful. I mean, she took on those bow demons underwater, or whatever those things were called, on her own.
Sea dragon, hello.
Right.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, yeah. I think Lysandra would win this one for sure.
Okay, so
Lock it in.
locking it in for Lysandra. Yay!
Okay, you guys, our next matchup for round 1 is Nesrin versus Chaos.
That's a crazy matchup. I love it though.
And we promise these were randomized.
Yeah.
We promise these were randomized.
Yes.
I wouldn't intentionally put us Steph wouldn't intentionally put us through this emotional torture.
I might though. I kind of like it. I'm down for it.
So the good thing about this is that they're both non-magical. So this is straight up, who's just better in a combat style fight, basically. And honestly, they're pretty evenly matched. Like, they're both pretty amazing. And I would even take a step further and say that Nesrin got stronger throughout the series, and Kale really didn't, because he was going through his what is it? He was trying to go through, obviously, getting his legs, or the feeling in his legs back. Oh my God, the ability to walk.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I can't talk today.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And like as his power depletes, well, actually that's Irene. As her power depletes, his ability
his does
goes
too,
down.
though. Yeah.
But his does too. Yeah. So I would also give this one to Nesrin. I think she has become a stronger fighter over time than
She
Kale.
became, definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you gonna debate? Are you gonna fight us on this one?
Let's hear it, Ethan.
I'm trying. I'm very much trying, because we're starting off with two of my fave characters. Nothing against Nesrin, because I do like Nesrin, but I do like Kale. I'm I think Steph and I are one of the very few that like Kale in this Throne of Glass world.
Yeah, please remember, Kale is my favorite besides Manon in this series.
Yes.
So
Yes, and she
I'm
still
just
said
trying to go by
Nesrin
the
would
rules.
win out. Yeah. I'm the only thing I can say in Kale's favor, because I'm inclined to agree that Nesrin might pull this one out because she's quick, whereas Kale is strong, but it takes him longer to maneuver. Like he's
Hmm.
not agile. I wouldn't think of
Right.
as an agile fighter.
Hmm.
Whereas Nesrin, she's also a good range fighter as well, right? Like she's she's like a Katniss Everdeen when it comes to the bow and arrow. And so she's very good that way. And she's, an aerial fighter, she can fly with her eagle creature thing.
Rook.
What are they called?
A rook.
Sorry.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I couldn't think of see, y'all are so good with the details, even after it's been so long you've read it.
Not
I've read it fairly
always.
recently, and I'm good at remembering plot, but I'm not
Yeah.
good at remembering like name details like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Anyway, the only thing I can put in his favor is if he starts thinking of Irene, then he somehow creates this burst of energy where he pulls it out at the
Mm.
last second, or someone that's important to him. But even
Mhm.
with that, I would still probably give this one to Nesrin.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay, yeah.
he is a strong fighter, and I also kind of like think of experience though. Like, as a it was called the Royal Guard, right? As a Royal Guard, like he really didn't have all that much experience. Like, in the very first
Right.
book, he had killed for the very first time, and he was in shock
Hmm.
about it. So,
Yeah.
as opposed to Nesrin, who was more of a skilled fighter, and she did
Hmm.
what she had to do because it was necessary.
Yeah. I think
And
Right.
she's more scrappy than Kale for sure.
yeah,
Yes. Scrappy, I think, accounts for a lot here in this matchup. And she, like you said, like she's going to do what's necessary. And not
Yeah.
only that, but I think Kale would just respect the fact that he's been bested, and especially coming
Right.
from Nesrin.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's lock
Yeah.
it in, you guys.
I think so. I think it's Nesrin for this one. Yeah.
Good job, Nesrin.
Okay,
Yeah,
y'all.
she's good though.
Yeah, I feel good about that. I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, so our next matchup in round one is Manon and Hussar. Dang, those are some two feisty women, you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
Feisty. This is the battle of the feisties. Yep.
Yes. Ooh, I'm gonna have to give it to Manon though.
I would have to agree. Like,
Yeah, totally.
she's
Only
a queen, y'all.
because, yes, she's a queen, and we didn't really get to see a lot of Hussar's skills either throughout the book. Like,
Hmm.
we know she's feisty, we know she has like her own legion, but that's all we
Hmm.
really know.
True.
Right.
Yes, I agree 100% because we don't really know what else she has to offer. That's the only reason I'm going to say Manon here. Like, Manon, badass all day, every day.
Yeah.
Love her. And she has one of the best character arcs ever. If it were to come to political maneuvering, however,
Oh,
Hussar would
yes.
have this in the bag all day long.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She
I would agree with that, too.
Yeah, she is very clever.
Yeah.
Actually, they're
So I
both
think this
pretty
was kind
clever,
of an
though.
easy one.
Yeah, this was an
So-
easy one.
But they're
Yeah,
both
we
really
agree
great
it's Manon.
women. Yeah.
Yes, strong
Absolutely.
women.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah.
Here
Yeah.
for it all day.
Yeah, I kind of wish we got now that we're talking about it. Like, I kind of wish we would have gotten more from Hussar. Like, I really liked her character.
Yeah.
She was kind of funny. Like, she made me laugh.
That
I
whole
loved
side
her.
of the
Yeah.
world deserves its own story.
Yeah,
Yes.
That whole political system over there I think was incredibly interesting.
Yeah.
We learned about all of her siblings and how that kingdom works. I thought
Right.
that was great. The cognate, it was
And
fantastic.
I love the fact that all of the Coggan's kids have like a role to play in his
Mm-hmm.
kingdom.
Yep.
So pretty cool.
loved it. So
Yeah.
our next matchup, you guys, are actually two villains,
Yeah.
and it is Iskra Yellowlegs and Maeve.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to go with kind of the obvious on this one, though. We kind of know who the more powerful one is here, and it's definitely Maeve.
Yeah.
You know what though? Like if it came down to hand combat without powers, I think this would go to Iskra.
Yeah, she is pretty
Like, she's-
powerful, and or not powerful.
She's
I'm
more
sorry. She
skilled in
is.
combat.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's more skilled, and she definitely took on Manon several times.
I think Iskra would put up one hell of a fight.
She would.
Yeah.
And that would be a moment where she would be just a complete villain the whole story. And if it came down to this fight, you would be kind of rooting for her a little bit. And she would just, as she was dying, she would give Maeve the finger
Yeah.
and like spit, all spit the awful colored blood at her.
Yeah.
And yeah, she would let Maeve have it as much as she could. But Maeve, I think, would be victorious on this one.
I hate them both,
Yeah.
so I kind of wish they could just kill each other. But
Right.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you know what the perfect end to this battle would be? Is because Maeve has the upper hand, obviously we know. I could see Iskra doing the yielding just to be the winner, and then nobody
Actually,
wins.
that is, yes, I like that. Just taking her with her.
Yeah, yeah. But then
I
that
could
means she
so
can't
see it.
advance.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
No
taking
winner
that
here, you
scenario
guys.
out,
Yeah.
taking that scenario out, I think it has to go to Maeve, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. hmm But I didn't even think about that. That would totally be how that would go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, especially if she knew she was about to die. She's like, oh, no,
Yeah.
no. You're coming with me.
I don't know. I think,
Yeah.
well, doesn't it take time to charge that too? So Maeve would get a feeling for what she was doing.
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't really talk about it.
Because
Yeah.
I felt like that's what they were talking about when they were at the witch towers and they're like, oh no, they're getting ready to do it. Let's try to bring it down while we can before it happens.
Yeah, but
That's the
they
only
needed
reason
to
I-
position them in the towers, but I think the yielding is like a split second thing.
Okay.
Okay, so we have done the first half of round one, and we had some pretty good matchups there. So let's move on to our next one, and that is my dude, Fenris and Dorian. I just love him.
Y'all.
Dorian.
Okay, so Dorian, he's a good fighter. He barely has a hold of his magic. Fenris, on the other hand, can shift into a werewolf and can probably use that to his advantage. And he can jump in time, or like he can jump ahead.
Teleport. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I don't know. And Fenris has been around for a very long time. So he has
Right.
he's part of Maeve's cadre, you guys. So he has fought some battles. He has been out there and is very experienced. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I'm leaving it up to you guys because I love Dorian so much.
Cheater. Okay. So I initially thought this was going to be Dorian all day long, but you having said that,
Exactly.
Listen.
I know.
there's a
Yeah.
case to be made here because Dorian does not really, I feel like, gain confidence in his powers until the very end of Kingdom of Ash.
Exactly.
And even then,
True.
he has a long road to go in order to master that. Like, we've talked about that. Like, that would be a fantastic spin-off series, right? Him learning how to control and gain
Yes.
confidence and use it, right? Use this raw magic.
Right.
So I think his story definitely needs more telling. Fenris has all these years of experience here. And
Centuries.
he can do the teleporting. He's a skilled fighter, or else he wouldn't be part of the cadre.
Yep. And he's a werewolf. Like he can fight in his werewolf form too, which honestly probably really helps
Am
him
I really
fight.
going to be the advocate for Dorian in round one? Like,
Okay, look.
this is dawning on me, and I'm like, how is this where we're at
Okay,
right now?
look, make your
How has this
case.
come
Like
to you?
I love Dorian. Don't get me wrong, and he's a skilled fighter too. Like obviously, as a prince, he probably grew up with a
Yeah.
lot of trainers. I
Like-
mean, his best friend is Kael, who's also another skilled fighter.
Yeah, but like, let's not dismiss how much of his power he was able to gain access to.
True.
Do we remember how he brought down Morath single-handedly? Like,
Yes, but again, that's at
True.
the end of Kingdom of Ash. True, like he still does it, right? He does
Yeah.
that, and that is a great moment. I read that, I was like, oh,
Crazy.
He's all alone. And I was like, that's what I was saying in one of our previous videos, where he needs that time, that solo time, in order to do most of his growth. And he grew a lot in that whole section. And I thought that was so cool. So I'm not totally dismissing Dorian here. I'm dismissing his lack of experience compared to Fenris.
Okay. So you think he would still lose a battle against Fenris?
I don't know. Honestly, it's pretty evenly matched, like as far as what I think in my head. Because like I said, the fact that Fenris is part of the cadre and has been around for centuries and has been and it is a very known, skilled warrior. I mean, he didn't end up in Maeve's court for no actually he ended up in Maeve's court because of his brother, not because of his skill.
Well,
But
Maeve
even,
initially
yeah.
wanted him, but his brother was the one that wanted to be part of
That's
Maeve's
right.
court.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. My heart wants to say Dorian.
I think
I'm
Dorian.
pulling you over to the Dorian side.
So
You
I'm
know
not
that's
saying.
easy.
Yeah, she's like, please pull me over. Like, please. I'm. Yeah, okay. I'm saying this would be a well fought battle.
Yes.
Not necessarily that
For
Fenris
sure,
would automatically win, but this is going to be a very. And Dorian, if he does win, is going to be very drained and with nothing left here.
Yeah.
No, he has
Because he's going to.
No, I think he has like a deep well of his power. Like it is pure magic. Like nobody knows anything about his abilities. Like he can do anything with his abilities. Actually, no.
Okay,
see,
you're going a little too far over to the Dorian side. But it's okay. I'm still with you. You're on the right side.
So I'm officially on Dorian's side now.
Okay.
I was just playing devil's advocate here because you started it, Jen.
No, I did.
Because we have to give Fenris some kind of credibility here,
Well, of
because he is
course.
skilled.
Yeah.
But no, I totally think Dorian can pull this out. Absolutely.
Yay. Okay.
Because of his raw magic. And again, I just wish we had gotten a little bit more of that development for his character's sake. Like his character deserved that, you know?
Well, and he can
Go ahead.
ship too.
Yeah, he can
Yes.
shift. Yeah.
He has many different abilities.
Yeah. No, Dorian for sure.
Okay. So
Let's
Dorian.
lock it in.
Do we all agree it's Dorian?
Okay.
Yay. Okay.
That was a good conversation though.
Yeah. It was tough.
All right, you guys. Our next matchup is Aelin versus Arabin. Okay.
Interesting.
Again, going back to two non-magical people, both skilled warriors. One is a very, very well-known skilled assassin, and the other one is a very, very well-skilled general.
Yeah. This is a good matchup. This is a solid matchup.
This is a solid
Mhm.
matchup. I don't like either, so
I know.
Okay, question for the group, because I can't remember right now. Did Aelin ever fight Arabin one-on-one?
I mean, she's talked about being trained specifically by him,
Right, yeah. But like
But
they
I don't
never
think there's
really
ever mention
fought, right?
but there
Of
was
a brawl.
no
Right.
scene in the series where they fought. There was just
Mhm.
mention that he's the one that personally trained her, and that's why everybody
Right.
hated her.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm sure they fought, just not like where we read about it.
Because my question is like, could he really beat Aelin? I think Aelin as Selena
Yes.
like is kind of matched up with Aedion and his ability to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then I'm trying to figure out, can Arabin actually beat Selena? And if that's the case, I think he could beat Aedion. Are y'all following my train of thought here?
Yes. Yeah. No, I get what
Yes.
you're saying. Like
I
without the
think-
magic, obviously.
Right, yeah. That's why I'm saying Selena.
Yeah.
I don't think Selena could ever beat Arabin. I think
okay.
Aelin could. Once she became Aelin.
Yes.
Definitely could. Yeah.
No question. Yeah.
No to Selena, because not only is Arabin, we get the idea that he's a skilled fighter, or else he wouldn't be in the position that he's in today, because
Right.
people fear him.
Right.
And then once they fear him, then that's when he uses his manipulation to use that to his advantage, to where he doesn't have to fight anymore.
Right.
Right.
So I'm inclined to give this one to Arabin. I don't like Aedion. I don't like Arabin.
I don't like either. Yeah.
but I do. I think Arabin would pull this one out because he would not fight fair, and Adian
Yeah.
would.
That is very true. I was going to say, and Arabin being the one that trained Selena to fight, he's not
Yeah.
going to give away all his skills, fighting secrets. Like, he's going to teach her enough to be good,
Hmm.
but not enough to beat him,
Right, right.
you know? So I think I'm going to have to give this one to Arabin as well, as much as I hate that because I can't stand the dude.
Yeah, I
I hate that
know.
guy.
Dang.
I hate him.
But yeah, I guess I'm like a little bit hung up on like we never actually saw him fight against anyone in the
Yeah,
Right.
he's
series,
very much mentioned.
but he
get-
was
Yeah.
built
I get
up
where
to
you're coming
be
from.
like this like insanely good fighter. So
But did we even
based
get to
on
see
that-
Adian fight either? Half of like,
well, yeah, we
see-
did. He's a good fighter.
Oh, okay. I was like, half the time he was just bitching the entire.
I'm telling y'all, he like carried that army on his back
Yes,
for decades.
and to the same extent where Arabin manipulates, Adian empowers his men, right?
Yeah.
And so he has that loyalty just because
Mhm.
of being a good fighter. But I still feel that Arabin would probably pull this one out because he's gonna pull some dirty stuff
Yeah.
to pull out the
Okay.
win.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I think that did it. I think I'm convinced now it's going to be Arabin. I really wanted it to be Adian, but
Well,
I think
yeah.
y'all are right. Okay.
So our next matchup is very interesting as well. It is Sartak versus Erewhon. Although, you know what? Starting off already, I'm thinking, did we ever see Erewhon fight as well? Like,
Not really.
he had a lot of people do things for him, and he was the weaker of the three brothers, right?
Allegedly. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and you know, he like uses like his demons to do a lot of his dirty stuff. So like we never
But
really saw Erewhon in
let's-
action either.
Let's remember that Aelin had a little trouble with the Vogue princes, and
She
Erewhon
did.
is a Vogue king.
True.
And I know she was early on in like learning to master her power when she fought some princes, but even later on, like it wasn't an easy matchup for her against a prince.
True.
So I would assume that Erewhon is even that much better than
True.
a prince because he's a king.
You know,
And
now that I'm
Sartek has no
thinking
power,
about-
y'all.
Do what?
Yeah,
Like, he's
no, he
cooked.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No, he's just a very skilled fighter.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, like this is a complete aside, but Erewhon was not a memorable villain. Like I'm thinking about
No.
like what did he actually
No.
do?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
didn't do much. I feel like none of the Vogue really did a good job as villains. Like I'm the most memorable scene I can think of is the Vogue against Aelin the first time she like she's with
Rowan.
Rowan
And Aerofire.
and yes, in
At Mistward?
Aerofire and
Yeah.
like yes, and that's the most memorable scene to me with any of the Vogue storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where she was
Outside
holding
of
the
that,
line.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Maeve is the most memorable villain to me,
True.
besides just the king, of course, when the first couple of books. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't like Erewhon because he wasn't a good villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
Sartak,
does that
I mean,
necessarily dismiss him?
okay, so let's talk about Sartak. Like, what do we know about him?
He's a warrior.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a warrior.
He's the king.
Well,
Right?
emperor.
I mean, I'm sorry. Yes, he is the emperor now. He has his own legion
That's about
as
it,
well.
y'all. Emperor doesn't make you better at fighting.
I
No,
mean,
it doesn't.
according to, I guess, like that political side of things, wouldn't it mean that they were trying to pick the strongest of the one, or is like,
Not necessarily, because they were
No.
even talking about his siblings having different
Skills.
true?
attributes,
Hmm. Oh, yeah.
and yeah, and so he was picked just because I don't know.
I mean, he was the better of them all because he wasn't like as
Mhm.
greedy and as power hungry as the others.
I think he was chosen for his ability to lead, not
To lead,
necessarily
yeah.
his skill in combat.
True.
Mhm.
And we're talking about a hand-to-hand combat fight right now.
I mean, I would say Erewhon, even though I hate to say that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
I would agree too, but
I just
begrudgingly,
don't
Yeah.
like it.
like
Yeah.
that's nothing against Sartak, but that's a boring matchup. Like there's
Yeah.
nothing going on there. Like I like Sartak.
I have
I
to
don't
agree.
like Erewhon, but
Yeah.
they're like on even playing fields on the
Yeah.
most basic boring level.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Equally weak.
Yes, if Zartek had anything in his favor, it would be that he knew the actual history of the Volg, because he was with Nezrin
Mhm.
when they found all of it out from the spiders. So that might
Right.
give him some kind of edge, but even then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this last matchup, you guys, in round one, I think is going to be a really good one. It
Yeah.
is Lorcan versus Gabriel. Oh my God. I mean, two of the strongest people in the cadre, obviously, besides Rowan.
Right.
Like, holy crap, who do you think would win? I mean, I feel like they're pretty evenly matched.
I don't think this is that hard. I give it to Lorcan all day, every day.
I was gonna say Lorcan too, because
Really?
even Rowan like really talked up his ability to fight. And
Yeah,
Rowan's
I
the
guess
strongest one in the cadre.
maybe
Yeah,
Gabriel's
because
just too much of a softie.
yeah, because
Like
I go
definitely
ahead.
a
I'm
good
sorry.
guy. Lorcan, questionable. But we're
Definitely.
talking about fighting ability, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I want to get a beer, I'm gonna call Gabriel. If I
For
if I want
sure.
a pep talk, I'm gonna call Gabriel. If I want someone to protect me, I'm gonna call Lorcan. You know,
Yep. Yep.
Unless he kills you first.
And that's
that's
just being
true.
practical.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd you say, Steph?
I said, and we're just being practical here.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, you're right, Lorcan. I thought it was gonna be more of
Okay.
a challenge to pick, but you're
I
right.
think they would give each other a good fight, and Lorcan
Yeah,
would
for
probably
sure.
like that would be the closest to him feeling bad about something. Like, oh shoot,
Hmm.
I'm fighting you. Oh well,
True.
Yeah.
you know.
I feel the reason Lorcan is so good at fighting is that he has nothing to lose. And like that's what made him such a good fighter. Is he's unafraid of it. Almost how you were saying earlier, Ethan, that Arobin will use his cunning and fight unfairly. Lorcan, I think, would too, like in that regard.
Doesn't he talk about like the god of death or something being on his side all the time and speaking to him and
Yeah.
Yes.
stuff? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, definitely. All right, that was our first round of matches. That was really fun. So
That was
now
fun.
let's
Okay.
see who made
Yeah.
it to the next round and who is now pitted against each other for round two. So our first matchup here is Lysandra versus Nesserin. And no offense to Nesserin, but we know who's going to win this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even think we need to argue this one, right?
No, I would say it's
No.
definitely
Yeah.
Lysandra.
Lysandra, get it?
Yep.
Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Next
I
one.
freaking love her. Could she like be my best friend? Like I love Lysandra.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
And
her
she
too.
has a good character arc too. Her character arc is very quick, right?
Yeah.
Because we see her from Selena's point of view, and then the next time we see her is when Selena's already Aelin. And
Right.
and there's been this whole change about her already. And
Mhm.
it's just fantastic. Like at first I was like, ooh, I don't know if I trust you. Now I really trust you. Oh my god, I love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It like went like that.
Right.
Yes. I love her.
Okay, so our next matchup in round two is Manon and Maeve. Oh, you
Ooh.
guys. Okay, now this one would be a definitely interesting fight for sure. I would have to. I really want to say Manon because she's my favorite,
Right.
but what do y'all think? Which I know goes
This is
against the
another Dorian
rules.
moment.
Yeah.
This is
It
another Dorian moment.
is.
She's putting it on us.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, Maeve is pretty powerful. She has magic. Manon does
Right.
not.
Right.
But Manon is probably one of the more skilled fighters out of the whole group, besides Aelin
Yeah.
and Rowan, I think.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think that like if Maeve is going to take her down, it's going to take a lot for her to take her down. So
Right.
I'm still kind of leaning on Manon a little bit. Yeah. What do y'all think?
Well, okay, here's my argument for Manon. Remember the final boss battle where we have Aelin at her depleted power
Yeah.
against Erewhon and Maeve. And she
Yep.
was able to hold her own without any powers. So I'm thinking that's like essentially where Manon's coming at this fight with. And I think she might even
True.
be like just a smidge above Aelin in this situation, only
And
because
skill
Aelin was
combat.
already so exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah, I can visually see Manon kicking her ass.
Yeah, I think
Because
it's Manon,
Maeve,
y'all.
because Maeve without her magic is nothing. She does not know how to fight.
She's not really a fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she's not a fighter. So she would have to resort to magic. What concerns me here is Manon's bloodline, right? She's part Volg, right? Like that's where the witch blood comes from. I'm concerned if Maeve would use, like, we haven't read anything like that, but could there be
Mhm.
something out there that she could use that to her advantage, right? Where she might even be able to control Manon. I don't know. I think that would be a cool storyline. We never read it, so it doesn't exist in this world as we see it, but I could see it, I could see it.
Well, okay.
She can also get in her head, right?
Oh
Because she
yeah,
did
she
an
definitely
she got
yeah.
in.
With the fantasies, yeah.
And she did it with the cadre too, and she almost beat them, but they did not allow that to happen. I don't know. I still think it's Manon.
I think so too. And y'all, remember, like, when she was trying to seduce Erewhon, she shifted her image into Manon. So, like, I think that counts for something. She might think that, like, she
She's
could beat her.
powerful.
Yeah.
I don't know that that means anything, but I'm still leaning more towards Manon being the stronger one because Maeve only has her magic. Would she have her magic and also be a skilled warrior? I think that Maeve would have it in the bag.
Yeah.
Here's how non-memorable these villains were to me. How how did Maeve and Erewhon get defeated? Like I can't even remember,
So
y'all.
Maeve was defeated by Aelin, but with the help of the
Of the
cadre.
cadre. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, Maeve had the cadre in a trance, like in their fantasy, like reliving their
Hmm.
worst fears, and Aelin
Yes.
And
had
they.
to get them to snap out of it to help her
Hmm.
defeat Maeve. I think like Fenris came up behind Maeve and like stabbed her or something, and then
Yeah.
Rowan and Aelin like finished her off or something like that.
Hmm.
And then Erewhon was defeated by Irene, and it was because Dorian held him down, and she was able to like basically heal the demon in him or whatever and killed him.
Okay, so we're saying that it was 5-on-1, like it took 5 people to kill Maeve. And if it's just Manon, like that gives me pause to give it towards Maeve, like because
But it
she's
wasn't 5, it was just 3 versus Maeve, and they were all depleted of their
okay.
magic. I still think it's
Yeah.
Manon, you guys.
3 against 1 on Maeve. Like she's just that powerful. Now, would she actually kill Manon? I don't know because, like we said, she's not a fighter. But I think she could trap her for sure, at least, like in her mind, in her.
But here's a good one. Okay, here's my argument for
Okay,
Manon.
okay, convince me,
Okay,
like please,
Maeve
because I want to give it to Manon.
Okay, Maeve
Right.
uses their fears against them to trap them.
Mm.
Non is she's pretty fearless. Like, yes, like towards the
Yeah.
end, she figured out like what she cared about the most, which is her 13 and Abraxas. But she can also easily turn that off and be a cold-hearted warrior to where I
Yeah.
don't think Maeve would be able to latch on to Manon at all
Yeah.
because of
Like
that.
she feeds off of their fears, and
Mhm.
that's the illusion that she weaves for everybody to like get their head out of the fight. But what illusion would she really be able to create for Manon that would take her out of the fight? And I don't think, to Jen's point, she really has
Yeah.
any true fears. Like she literally lost almost everything with like the 13. So
Yeah.
what more is there for her to lose? What could she possibly fear right now?
So, are we saying like, are we judging these characters at the end of the series, like where things stand at the end of the series?
I think at any point, right? But I mean, Even
Because I think that's important. If it's before the
Hmm.
13 die, I think she uses that all day long, and I think Manon would yield to that. And especially if she added
Hmm.
Abraxos to the mix.
Hmm.
no, because I still think she knows how to cut out her emotions better than Aelin knows how to do that. Because Aelin obviously doesn't know how to cut out her emotions like that. I think
Like she
Manon
would
can
be
do a
able to
much better
fight
job. Yeah.
the fight the illusion
Concede.
out of her mind.
I will concede to Manon here. I still think Maeve pulls it out. Um, but I love Manon, so I would love to see her flourish, and I would love to see
Okay.
her live her best life. But no, I think Maeve takes that one.
So we didn't say that it had to
Yeah.
be unanimous.
No, we did not say it
That's
had to be
not one of the rules.
unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
outvoted here.
yeah. Okay. So
So
we're going to go
Manon
with
wins.
Manon on
And I
this
love
one.
Manon, y'all. I do. I can hear the comments coming.
Okay. The next matchup in round two is Dorian versus Arabin, and we know who takes this one. Dorian does.
I'm going to say Dorian too because they're both good fighters. Arabin might be a better fighter, but he does not have power. So Dorian would take it in that case, in my opinion.
Yeah. I would give it to Dorian too, although I don't think he's as skilled of a fighter as we're claiming he is. I don't think of him as a skilled fighter. I do think he is a scrappy fighter, and he knows he probably knows the motions of how to fight and stuff like that because
Hmm.
he has been trained as part of the kingdom. I think his better skills lie in leadership, similar to
Yeah.
Sartak. I think, but I do think he pulls it out over Arabin.
Hmm.
But just because you're talking bad about my
Oh
I'm
man.
my
not talking bad
God.
about him. I love
Uh-huh.
Dorian too.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. In the beginning, doesn't him and Kale don't they practice together? Don't they fight together?
Yeah, and
And they're
Kale
pretty
whoops his
evenly
ass
matched.
regularly.
Oh, I was like,
No,
aren't they pretty evenly
Kale is
matched?
better than Dorian at
Well, I knew
Don't come
hand-to-hand
after my
combat.
man.
It's
I
Kale.
knew Kale was better than him. That's not what I was saying at all. What I was trying to say is that there are scenes of Dorian fighting and not like being able to keep up with Kale was the point I was trying to make.
Well, he can hold his own, but Kale is the better fighter.
Yes,
I
I
think
didn't say he wasn't.
that I think that is a perfect way to describe Dorian's fighting style. He can hold his own in any situation, but I don't think he's as particularly skilled fighter.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess, but he still wins.
But yes, it is Dorian in this
Yes,
case.
he still wins this one. Yes, hands
Right.
down.
All
Okay.
right, the next matchup in round two is Erewhon versus Lorcan. We know who's going to win this one too. Lorcan, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's
Get
Lorcan.
Erewhon out of here.
Yeah,
At this
get-
point,
yeah,
like, I just don't
bye.
even
Fuck off.
I don't even
Erewhon.
want to see him. Yeah.
Don't even need to argue that one. Okay, thanks.
All right, we have made it to round three. Oh, it's getting closer to the winner, you guys. Okay, the first matchup in round three is a doozy.
This is crazy.
It is Lysandra versus Manon.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of know who would win, but let's talk it out.
Do we?
Do we?
Yes.
Because I'm unsure here.
Oh, my vote would be for Lysandra.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I thought you were going to say Manon.
Steph is shook.
I am. I don't know what to think right now.
I mean, they're both so good. And obviously, I just had a whole debate with you guys on why Manon was better than me.
Yeah.
But we cannot forget how much Lysandra did once she got a hold of her power. Like, she is pretty powerful, you guys. Like, again, let's go back to hello, Sea Dragon, you know?
But that's
She
if
can
they're
turn
fighting
into a-
in the ocean.
Yeah.
Well,
but
she can
could-
turn into a wyvern.
or a real dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's Lysandra, but Manon would give her one heck of a fight. That is for sure. What do y'all think?
I think it's Manon. I think like fighting ability, it's Manon all day.
Okay, what about you, Ethan?
Okay, we said we were taking magic into account here.
Yeah.
And for that reason,
Yeah.
I also lean towards Lysandra because, uh, and it's not just because I love her. I'm putting that aside. Putting that aside.
Okay.
Objectively, I just don't. I'm trying to articulate it in such a way that's not just because like she can transform into a huge winged beast and
Right.
literally pick Manon up off of Abraxos's back and throw her down.
Yeah.
And Manon, as scrappy and as skilled as she is, I just don't think she can beat that. Yeah, she
Okay.
would give it one hell of a
Okay,
fight.
is
Let's talk about-
Abraxos present in this scenario? If we're going
Even
that
if he
route.
is, I still think Lysandra wins.
What?
Okay, let's think about the Battle of
Because
Orin. Let's
remember,
think about that final
Abraxos
battle.
is scrappy, and he killed that one huge wyvern that everybody wanted.
He killed the bull, yeah.
The bull, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about the
So-
final battle.
So if Lysandra is up against Abraxos as a wyvern, I think Abraxos takes it. And then if we also have Manon in the mix, there's
Okay, here's the deal. You're right. If Abraxos is there, I do think Manon can pull it out. But Abraxos was not there in the previous round because I was
fair.
talking about like Maeve using Abraxos against her and like and whatever. If I will say that to that point, if Abraxos is there, Manon and Abraxos together are one hell of a team.
Yeah.
And there's really not much beating them.
Well, okay, so now I'm thinking it would be Manon only because Abraxas is her weapon, basically, right? And even if he would have been present with the Maeve situation, and you were saying that Maeve would use that against her, I still think she would have beat Maeve either way. And if we're thinking about Abraxas as a weapon and using Abraxas against Lysandra, I think that Stephanie's right that fighting together, they do make one heck of a team.
Okay, so here's how we're going to go forward. If we decide Abraxos is with her, then he needs to be with her going into this next round.
Okay.
But, I mean,
I don't know. I'm having a really hard time with this one.
if he's with
How
her,
about
sure.
this? Because he wasn't present for the Maeve battle, he's not present now. I think that would be fair,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to keep the precedent.
sure, yeah.
Okay. Is Lysandra a good fighter? Like, just without magic. Is she a good fighter? Like, I know she took
She's
some
not a fighter.
lessons.
She
No,
is
she's not a fighter.
Okay.
Well, she is a fighter in the sense that she knows how to fight as an animal.
Right.
That's how she's a fighter. So it's harder to separate her from like her own abilities, whereas it's not as hard to separate Manon from Abraxos because they're two separate entities.
Okay, well, if we're thinking about this the way we thought about it with Maeve, Lysandra relies on her magic as well.
Mhm.
Manon is just an overall great warrior. So if Manon could kill Maeve, she could also kill Lysandra.
That's true, because here's another point for Manon is Manon would know how to draw out a battle to where Lysandra's powers would deplete
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
She
she
know how
would
to
start to
strategize.
slow.
Yeah.
But if Lysandra is in ghost leopard form, I still give it to Lysandra. But if she starts changing every which way, that's going to take a lot of energy out of her, and then I would give it to Manon.
I think it's going to be Manon
So-
either way.
Okay, we know her favorite shape is ghost leopard, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But Manon is fast, she's skilled, she's
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
She has the battle ability and like
I do
is
forget
able
that
to
they have
strategize.
strength.
And so I think Lysandra cannot be in ghost leopard form for this entire battle.
Right.
And the quick changing is going to deplete her ability.
Yeah,
And so eventually Manon would have the upper hand.
yeah.
I think that's how it would go.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you're right.
I can go with that. Lysandra, I think, would be the... Manon is the underdog in here, the underdog that would win. because I think Lysandra would come out guns a-blazing,
Mhm.
but she's gonna deplete her energy because Manon, she also knows how Lysandra fights, right? Because this is
Yeah.
not like they've been on the battlefield together, right? And she respects her. She knows who she is, what she does. So, okay, if we're thinking about it that way, talking it out, yes, I give this one to Manon.
Definitely
Yay.
Manon. Yeah.
Okay. So it's Manon. Love you,
Y'all.
Lysandra.
All right. So the next matchup in round 3 is Dorian versus Lorcan.
Y'all, this
I
is
know who's
good.
gonna win this one.
This is really good.
I'm really sad to say that I think Lorcan will win.
I think so too.
I think so
this
too.
this round it's Lorcan. Yeah.
I know.
Because he's got the
Dorian!
power and the skill.
I know. I'll be
Okay,
there
so
to
we
comfort
all
him.
three
It's all
say
good.
Lorcan.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this one's Lorcan.
Okay, we have made it to our final round, you guys. And I cannot believe that we have Manon versus Lorcan.
Honestly, this is not the matchup I thought it was going to be.
I didn't
Yeah.
think so either.
I honestly, if you had asked me to guess, I would have said maybe Manon versus Dorian.
Yeah, I can see that because I kind of
Like,
see
Yeah.
Dorian as a really powerful.
In round one,
Yeah.
before we decided anything, I would have just off the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of have to give this one to Lorcan again, though.
What?
Your faces.
No.
If Manon has got it to this point, I think she takes it over Lorcan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Look, no. Because Lorcan is not only a skilled fighter, he also has really strong magic, and he knows how to wield them
does.
both very well. And he's been around actually, no, Manon's been around for a while too, right?
Lorcan's been
Not as
around for
long.
like longer than Rowan, and we know Rowan is about 500 and something years old. Manon is about 120 something years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So she has experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think all it takes for Manon to win here is mention a lead.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
But they both love Elite.
They do, yeah.
They do. But she could say, Elide loves me more than you. And then it's over.
Honestly, I could see that working.
I still think it's Lorcan.
I think it's Manon.
I think it's Manon here.
It's
I think it's
Manon,
Manon.
y'all.
For all the
Lorcan-
same reasons that she beat Maeve and Lysandra.
Yes, but we're
I
also
think she
talking
would
about
beat Lorcan.
One of the stronger, like very much evenly compared to Rowan, where there was a reason why we didn't include him in our brackets because he's so powerful.
Yeah.
Lorcan is up there next to him, and he's been around for centuries. He's been fighting all of these battles, all of these wars, and he has single-handedly beat a lot of people on his own. Plus, like I said, he has magic and he's a skilled fighter. So both together, those outpower Manon's really great fighting skills.
I still don't see it.
If we're taking favoritism out,
Yeah.
At this point, Manon has beaten Lysandra. So I have
Yes,
no more favoritism
because
here.
because Lysandra didn't have the skilled warrior or the warrior skill. I can't even think what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, like, I see the point. I'm just saying my favoritism is no longer here because my favorite is out. Like, I like Manon.
Like, objectively,
I
you
know
think she would win.
Lorcan is a skilled fighter. He's all the things you say he is.
Okay.
I still think Manon has the ability to keep a level head, whereas Lorcan can get heated more easily, and she can use that to her advantage. No matter how much experience he has, no matter how much magic he has, I think Manon pulls this out all day, every day. I just do. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if I see these two together, I was like, oh, she's got it. Yeah, I don't know. Steph, what do you think?
I am having a hard time because she's my favorite. Like, separating the practical reasons why she would win in this fight. But like, also, Ethan, if I see this matchup, I instantly think it's Manon. Like, I don't even have to think about it.
Okay, let's think about the fight that she had against Aelin. They were there, Aelin, I feel like, would be able to beat Lorcan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And that fight and Queen of Shadows, when Manon and Aelin were fighting, they were pretty evenly matched, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think would have won had it not been for, because Aelin was getting ready to kill Manon, and the only reason she didn't was because she saw Astrid calling out for her. And she told Rowan, she was like, I couldn't do I couldn't do that to somebody if they called out for her the way I called out for you. So Aelin was getting ready to kill Manon. So she was getting ready to win that fight. So if we're thinking about it that way, I guess I would give it to Manon because she almost had Aelin, but Aelin at the end got her.
Yeah. Like if not for Aelin's firepower, I think Manon would win that fight. But if she had like pulled out her
But she
fire
didn't pull out
magic,
her
she could
fire.
have. Yeah, no, I'm saying like the only way Aelin could have won that fight against Manon would be with her fire.
But she did have
She
her though. She did beat her. She just didn't kill her
well
because of Astrid.
because the platform
Because
they
of
were on
Astrid.
was about to fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like she still had her though. She still beat her.
Hmm.
I think Aelin is better than Manon, but we're not talking about that. We're talking
Yeah.
about
Yeah, we're not talking about
Manon
that
and
one.
Lorcan. So what I'm trying to say is I do believe that Manon could beat out Lorcan is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so we all three
Okay.
agree. It's Manon.
Yes.
Okay.
Manon is our champion.
I was trying
Yay.
to use that example as she almost beat out Aelin, and we know Aelin can kick Lorcan's ass. So like we know that Manon can kick Lorcan's ass too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all
that's
agree.
a good picture of her too.
That is a great picture of
Yes.
her.
And I
All
still feel like I
right.
want there to be more of the witch storyline. Like I feel like there's
I
more
agree,
there that
yeah.
we need.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So, super quick side note. I was on Facebook earlier today and somebody was talking about reading this series and they were talking
Mhm.
about how bored they were with the witch series, with the witch story. I'm like, get out of here. What are you
What?
talking about? That's like the best
That's the best part.
story.
It's the best part, but I will say it took me a while to get into it because I'm like, ooh, witches, okay, magic. And then there was no magic. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But now I'm intrigued by Manon and her 13. Like,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that they're witches that pulled me into their story, it's just them.
Mhm.
But if you hear the term witch, you think magic and you think of
Yeah.
that as being an interesting thing to read about. So I
Right.
can understand that disappointment at first, but then you got to get over it because their story is amazing.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, this person
That was the
saying
only
that, I
thing
was
that
so
got me
annoyed.
through Empire of Storms. It's
That
the
is
witch
true.
plot.
That
We already talked about
co-sign
this.
that.
Yeah.
And that officially wraps up our Throne of Glass fight bracket. We argued, we
Yes.
debated,
Yes.
and we somehow survived long enough to crown a winner. But let's be real, this bracket could have gone a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
Now, because of that, it's your turn. Who did we get right? Who did we completely disrespect? Because I'm sure some people have some opinions. Okay, and which matchup do you think we fumbled the hardest? Let us know in the comments. We will be reading them. And yes, we are prepared to defend our choices, so get ready. If you enjoyed this episode and want more deep dives into Throne of Glass, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the rest of this mini-series, including our hottest takes and what ifs episodes that are already out there for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, book friends. Until next time, keep reading, keep debating, and we'll see you in the next chapter.
That's a wrap for Books Between Friends today. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next chapter.